Good evening, everyone. Let's get started here. At this time, please silence your cell phone and be advised these proceedings are being recorded. For those physically present in the council chamber, if you desire to address the city council during the meeting, please complete the request to speak form available in front entrance and present it to the city clerk. Speakers physically present and participating in VIZ Zoom will be called upon, and an appropriate time for each person will be allowed 3 minutes of speaking time. Madam City Clerk, can you make the Zoom broadcasting announcement, please?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. As of June 15th, the City of Grand Terrace reopened its public meetings. If you would like to participate telephonically and speak on an agenda item, you can access the meeting by dialing 1-669-900-9128. Enter meeting ID number 864-2336-6965 and enter password 638094. You will be placed in the waiting room muted until it is your turn to speak. You may also submit your comments by sending them to ccpubliccomment@grandterrace-ca.gov. The City of Grand Terrace thanks you for doing your part preventing the spread of COVID-19.
Thank you. This time, convene the regular meeting of the City Council, and the City Council is a successor agency of the Community Redevelopment Agency for Tuesday, September 14, 2021 at 6 p.m. Invocation will be given by Chaplain Tim Evans from Unforgettables Foundation, and Councilmember Wilson will be leading the Pledge of Allegiance. So can we please stand and bow our heads?
Thank you. Dear God, we thank you so much, and I'm glad to be in a room where I see that we trust you. And I thank you for being close to your creation, to your people, to your communities, and especially Grand Terrace. I ask your blessing tonight on the leadership as they discuss and as they contemplate and as they review important matters. And I ask that your spirit and your angels will draw close to this city in every way. We especially remember those that are struggling with health issues, and our friend Darcy and others in the community like Jim Miller. And we thank you for your blessing overall. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Evans and Councilmember Wilson. City Clerk, can we have roll call, please?
Councilmember Allen.
Present.
Councilmember Wilson.
Here.
Councilmember Robles. Mayor Pro Tem Hesse.
Present.
Mayor McNabeau is absent. Mayor Pro Tem, you have a quorum.
Thank you. So number A, recording of additional or removal items from the agenda. Mr. Clerk, do we have anything that needs to be removed or any additions?
City Attorney has an announcement.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem and Council, there are no additions or reordering of the agenda. However, I did want to note for the Council and for the public that there was scheduled to be tonight a Prop 218 hearing regarding potential rate increases regarding trash hauling fees. Due to a noticing issue, we have recommended to the staff, and the staff agreed to take this off the agenda for tonight, and we will renotice it for a future meeting. So that item will not be heard tonight.
Okay, so that's all we got. All right, thank you.
And I also have one item, I'm sorry,
okay.
Sir. I would like to introduce our new department secretary on the second floor,
sure.
Maricela, and I'd like her to step up to the lectern and introduce herself to the council and tell you a little bit about herself.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I had to type up what I was going to read because I'm so nervous, because I'm so excited to be here and be the department secretary for the city that I currently purchase property at. So I'm really excited. So it's a pleasure to be here with you all. I'm excited to announce that I am the new department secretary for the city of Grand Terrace. Thank you, Deborah. A little bit about my background is that I have worked with the San Bernardino County and Riverside County Parole, Probation, and Sheriff Communities in one capacity or another. The most recent assignment was with the Juvenile Detention Center in San Bernardino on Gilbert Street. I was in the Special Services Department. I love what I did for the department in that period of my life, but I reached my max in the department And I knew I wanted to be somewhere that I could learn more and that I could learn more. And I know that being here, the Department of Secretary, I will be able to learn a lot more, and I will be able to assist the community. And I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
As a side note, Maricela lives in Grand Terrace. She lives across the street.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. So was that part of the job thing, you had to move here or something? Is that? So your excuse for being late for work is all the cars are going, you can't cross the street? Is that what happened? Oh, yeah. Walk the dog. Well, thank you and welcome to the Grand Terrace family. All righty, so we have no special presentations, consent calendar. The following consent calendar items are expected to be routine and non-controversial. They will be acted upon in the City Council at one time without discussion. Any council member, staff member, or citizen may request removal of the item from the consent calendar. Do I have any requests to remove any items? Okay, can I get a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I'll make the motion to approve the consent calendar.
Second.
Okay, motion by Councilmember Allen, second by Councilmember Wilson. Can we have a vote, please?
Councilmember Allen,
Yes.
Councilmember Wilson,
Yes.
Councilmember Robles, Mayor Pro Tem Hussey.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Public comment. This is opportunity for members of the public to comment on any items not appearing on the regular agenda. Because of the restrictions contained in California law, the City Council may not discuss or act upon any items not on the agenda, but may briefly respond to the statements made and ask questions for clarification. The mayor may also request a brief response from staff to question raising during the public comment, or may request a matter of agendizing the future meetings. Do we have any public comments?
No, we do not, sir.
So I said all that for no reason?
I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. I know you guys want me to practice. All right, well, public hearing, we have none. Unfinished business, none. New business, amended related agreement, on-site commuting information system presented by Deborah Thomas. Item 6.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, members of council. For the record, Deborah Thomas, City Clerk. Before you this evening is an amended and restated agreement with on-site computing for information system support. This staff report supports goal number 4, develop and implement successful partnerships by working collaboratively with other public sector agencies to facilitate the delivery of services benefiting youth, seniors, in our community. A little background, and I do apologize. I thought Mr. Barbarossa was going to be here this evening. Maybe he's running a little late. On-site computing has provided information technology services to the city of Grand Terrace for the last several years. The services provided by on-site include coordination, performance and provision of general information systems support, provides evaluation, maintenance, and troubleshooting of city personnel, computers, printers, scanners, and telephone systems, implement corrective solutions when necessary, administer and coordinate user access and control in the city's databases, provide orientation for new users, provide technical support to existing users on the correct operation of personal computers, network communications, devices, and phones, install new or relocated existing PC hardware and software as requested by staff, perform preventative maintenance on the city's personal computers, network communication devices, and telephone system, and continuously evaluate and recommend web technologies to enhance current information technologies. The partnership with OnSite has been ongoing since 2017, and they've been efficient, productive, and they provide fast, reliable, and affordable IT services. The original service plan was $5,670 per month. However, OnSite dropped the services of support at 2 of our city council meetings per month as we had hired a different agency or a different consultant to perform our audio-visual services. Therefore, that reduced the contract amount by $236 per month for a new monthly rate of $5,434. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, however, social distancing requirements that were put in place, the city used the coronavirus relief funds to purchase 20 iPads for the city's senior center. This allowed the senior center community to be able to socially distance and participate in various activities via remotely, and to be able to socialize safely within the community. That technology did require additional support from on-site computing. During the first few months of 2021, it was determined that additional services needed to be implemented to increase the volume of emails being received by City Council and staff that expose the city's network to viruses and phishing emails. The 3 additional monthly flat rate services that are outlined above, iPad security management and remote support software, advanced email filtering for viruses and phishing, security awareness training, and testing with dark web monitoring and alerting, has increased the IT services contract an additional $930 for a per month total of $6,364. With this increased IT services, the fiscal impact to the general fund of $930 per month totals $11,160 per year. The city does have a great working relationship with on-site computing. They've been very attentive to our needs, or to the needs of the city, and provide excellent quality services. At this time, city staff recommends approving the attached amended and restated agreement for contract services with on-site computing for the additional services outlined before. That is the end of my staff report, and Frank Barbarossa, president of On-Site Computing, has arrived and will be available to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions? Mr. Allen, go ahead.
So one of those 3 additional monthly flat rate services that are outlined is the iPad security management and remote support software. I'm just curious, who has iPads?
The iPads went to Senior Center.
Okay, thank you.
Any additional questions? Sylvia, Doug? Question, there's 20 iPads at the senior center. Is there accountability for them, or do they keep in one location, or do the seniors check them out and then bring them back, or how's that accountable?
We also set up a rolling cart that they're locked into, and they can be charged, for power charged. And we also set up a checkout system for the staff to check them out to the seniors there.
And if they're damaged or become damaged, if something spills or something happens, they drop, I mean, are those replaced under this contract?
So a couple things. We purchased these heavy-duty covers and protectors for them. So if they dropped or anything, that would protect them from damage. And we also purchased a extended warranty on the unit. So in case there is a damage caused to the units, then they would be replaced under the warranty.
So how many hours a month are those iPads being used?
That number I don't have right now. I could find out, but
Are they being used frequently, or?
As far as I understand, they're being used regularly.
Okay.
Correct.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions for staff?
So,
Any comments? Jeff, go ahead.
yeah. Every week I go over to the senior center on Wednesdays and help hand out the frozen meals and things like that we hand out each week to the folks from the community, you know, that come over. And so a lot of the seniors from across the parking lot will come over and pick up their, since we're not doing hot meals, you know, there because of the coronavirus. And I remember whenever they got the iPads, and the senior center manager is doing some hands-on learning instructions with them, and it's working out. I've asked her about it and some of the seniors, and they've commented on it, and she's actually commented more on it than they have, how that it's had a pretty good reception over there. So some of the, you know, so I think it was a pretty good idea on whoever thought that one up.
All right, thank you. Well, no other questions. Anybody like to make a motion on this? Or Deborah, you have something else to say?
We need to see if there's anybody on public comment.
Okay. Is there?
No, Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay. All right, seeing no more questions, and thank you, sir, for coming out.
You're welcome.
And anybody like to make a motion for this agenda? All right, motion by Councilman Robles. I hear a second.
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Allen. Can we have a vote?
Councilmember Allen.
Yes.
Councilmember Wilson.
Yes.
Councilmember Robles. Mayor Pro Tem Hussey.
Yes, thank you.
Motion passes unanimously.
All right, so we have no requests for further agenda items. City Council Communications, Councilmember Allen, you'd like to go first, please?
Oh, I don't have anything to report. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Wilson, do you have anything to report?
Just a little bit. I suppose I should explain the last couple of months that I've been gone. On the 21st of July, I ended up with some kind of a malady that just came out of nowhere. And it was in my spine. Fortunately, went over to the emergency, spent some time there for actually 5 days. They fiddled around, and then hit me, started a treatment of high-octane antibiotics for 10 weeks. And at this point, I'm about 5 weeks into it and feel a whole lot better. I literally could not walk and couldn't dance. So it was rough going for a while. So, and I've never had a problem with my back before, but this kind of zapped me. And then I'd planned to be at the last meeting, but then unfortunately I have this PICC line that goes right into my chest, and it got clogged up, and so we had to run over to the emergency and have them throw a little Drano in there, clear it out. So, anyway, back to it. That's all I've got.
Well, thank you. We're glad you're back and you're doing better. So, thank you. Councilman Robles?
Yes, I just want to make sure that I acknowledge to the public that I did receive all your emails regarding the insomniac music noise. And I did attend the San Bernardino County Transportation Agency meeting as a delegate for the mayor. And the only two items of note is the Alabama street improvements were discussed, and ongoing funding of the Mount Vernon Viaduct was also discussed as far as funding issues. And there were a number of cases behind closed session that were discussed. And that's all I have.
Thank you. And on that note, we do have the phone number to call. It's on the city website, right, Madam City Clerk, for noise violation?
Yes, the complaint line that's on the website is for the week, the weekend of the concerts. That it's usually not active when the concerts aren't going, but that's the direct line to them.
Okay, and it's recommended that they call that number instead of posting on Facebook because they need a running tally of how many complaints they have.
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you. And the only thing I have to say is I want to thank the staff, the maintenance department, for cleaning up La Cadena. I mean, it's really nice there. Residents there are really pleased, and they called to thank me, and I go, it was the hardworking staff that did it. So it looks really nice. And just, prayers for the mayor, continued recovery, and, thank you, Doug Wilson, for being here. I'm glad you're doing better, and thank all the city staff, and that's all I have. City Manager, Communications, Mr. Milheiser, you have anything?
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem Hussey. This Friday, I'll be interviewing the final two candidates for the budget officer, and we should have an offer out either Friday afternoon or Monday morning to fill that position. This afternoon, I went over with Councilman Allen information regarding the League of California Cities annual conference next week in Sacramento. So he's armed and ready to go with good information. The one issue that we discussed most was the City of Rancho Cucamonga has proposed changing how sales tax is calculated for big warehouses such as Amazon. And then we got a letter from Eastvale, and they are asking for amendments to that resolution. But I'm sure we'll get a good report in 2 weeks on the 28th from Councilman Allen regarding that issue. And then I'd like to say hi to Councilman Wilson, you look more distinguished live than on Zoom, sir. So I've been working here since the 28th, is that about right, of July? And we've been able to communicate with Zoom and on the phone, but it's nice to have you back. I'm glad you're feeling better. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Do we have any city staff going to the League of meeting? Cities?
No.
No, just, all right. Okay, we have no other communications this time. I'm going to go item K. We're going to recess the closed sessions. At this time, the City Council and the City Council as a successor agency to the Community Redevelopment Agency will recess the closed session and discuss one, conference for legal counsel, initiate litigation pursuant to Section 54956.c. Number of cases are 2. And for those who will not be staying, the next regular City Council meeting will be held Tuesday, September 28, 2021 at 6 p.m. Any request to have an item placed on further agenda must be made in writing and submitted to the City Clerk's office, and request will be processed in accordance with the Council's procedures. So we are in recess for closed session. Thank you. All right, we'll reconvene from open session. This time, the City Council and the City Council as accessory agency to Community Redevelopment Agency will reconvene its regular meetings. City Council discussion the following in closed session. The number 1, conference with legal counsel, litigation pursuant to Section 54956.9. There's 2 cases. At this time, there's no reportable actions taken, and direction has been given to staff. And we'll go ahead and adjourn for the next regular City Council meeting will be held Tuesday, September 28, 2021 at 6 p.m. Any request to have an item placed on future agenda must be made in writing and submitted to the City Clerk's office, and the request will be processed in accordance with the City Council procedures. So that's it for tonight. Thank you, City staff, for everything you've done, and God bless and have a good night.